The Reading, Blue Mountain and Northern Railroad, with its corporate headquarters in Port Clinton, is a privately held railroad company serving businesses in 9 eastern Pennsylvania counties. The railroad runs about 400 miles from Reading, Pennsylvania to Mahoupany, Pennsylvania, and it operates the 7-mile rail line from Towanda to Monroeton in Bradford County. They offer freight services and passenger excursion operations and employ hundreds of employees. The company began operations in September of 1983 as a 13-mile short line operating a state-owned branch line between Hamburg and Temple, Pennsylvania. Named the Blue Mountain and Reading, they rehabbed the line and provided service to freight customers, and a passenger excursion business was also developed. Duryea Yard, formerly Coxton Yard and also sometimes referred to as Pittston Junction or West Pittston Yard, is a railroad yard in the Wyoming Valley region of northeastern Pennsylvania. Duryea Yard was established in the early adolescence of railroad history in Pennsylvania by the Lehigh Valley Railroad and operated by that railroad for many decades. Today, it's operated by the Reading and Northern Railroad. The yard lies in the borough of Duryea, a bedroom neighborhood of Pittston, itself a secondary community of Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, and as such is part of the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton metropolitan area. Physically, the yard is located on the main branch of the Susquehanna River and in the peninsula formed by the confluence of the Lackawanna. In the yard proper, both northbound main lines are of equal height. Running further northeast, the more northerly track to Mountaintop flies over the more southerly track to Scranton. Both elevations are well below Main Street at the underpass below Coxton Road. Coxton Road leads immediately to some light industry, but then, herded by the Campbell's Ledge, parallels the yard and subsequent northbound main line to Mahoupany. The main Wyoming Valley entrance is through a rail yard wide to the main line, running westbound on both sides of the Susquehanna and eastbound to Mountaintop. Historically, the Y was doubled and connected to a long staging track, but only parts of the doubling remain today. Continuing into the yard from the Y is to cross a bridge that was originally built for 4 tracks, although today now only contains 3 tracks. This lead historically contained several crossovers spanning out to various service tracks and buildings within the yard. On the north side, the yard connects to the Lehigh Valley Railroad's northbound main line to Sarah, Pennsylvania. Although the 2017 Reading and Northern System map names Duryea Yard as such, in July 2013, a newly hung sign indicated that the Reading and Northern had renamed the Duryea Yard as the Muller Yard. Today, some people call it Duryea Yard, some people call it Pittston Yard, some call it the Muller Yard as the new sign indicates, but people like me, old school people like me, still call it Coxton Yard. It's 2024 now, and how the times have changed. Having recently celebrated their 40th anniversary in railroading, the Reading and Northern operates what just might be one of the most interesting trains in America. The string of cars on the rightmost track will soon be picked up by tonight's North Reading Fast Freight. The Fast Freight, or the NRFF if you're feeling corporately correct, is the hotshot manifest of the railroad. It runs between its namesake city to Pittston, Pennsylvania, and returns at least 6 days a week, and all within 12 hours. That pair of EMD locomotives down there are crewed by the YJPI-2, which is the second shift yard crew of the day. The YJPI-2 crew is knuckling on to 3 stray boxcars which they'll tack on to the end of tonight's inbound train. The fun begins with the arrival